Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while a nigga here, I'm shooting for the sky, landing on the moon, walking on the sun, taking over the game, give it back when we done. Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while a nigga here, I'm shooting for the sky, landing on the moon, walking on the sun, taking over the game, give it back when we done. I'll give it back when we done. 10,000 hands in the air, have you ever seen? Work 9 to 5 or 5 to 9, do you ever dream? They in the red, but my stalk is green. Proud like I reached the clouds, all off a beam. Dreams on lucid, films on Lucas, sound on surround, and the crowd on stupid. Who that chick Dion? That's Dion on Clueless. You circling around the money, sitting in a cubic car. Field of dreams, they said I'm too corny. Funny, I got their ears all on me. Fears all gone and my peers all wrong. So keep your 2 cents in every phrase y'all coining. That's just common sense, all the hating, I honored it. I don't leak, I quantum it. I don't answer, I problem it. I just drop shit while they asking what a colonic is. Pinky, you know what I'm pondering? Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while a nigga here, I'm shooting for the sky, landing on the moon, walking on the sun, taking over the game, give it back when we done. Not everybody lives, but everybody dies. So while a nigga here, I'm shooting for the sky, landing on the moon, walking on the sun, taking over the game, give it back when we done. I'll give it back when we done.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans staying up. And I know a lot of people are thinking, yo, Tuck, why are you knolled out on a Monday? It's August 4th, and here Jay Tuck is on the live stream, all knolled out. Well, I do have a reason. First, y'all know I'm a Seminoles fan, right? Right or wrong, right? I'm a knoll, right? But me and my guy Dan Mitchell at Roundtable Sports, we have launched a college football show that will be airing today on Monday and also Thursdays every week on Roundtable Sports. So definitely subscribe to that channel, y'all, because we will be breaking down college football every week, 2 times a week. And of course, we will be having draft conversations. So if you love college football like me, I know a lot of you guys do, definitely subscribe to Roundtable Sports because we're doing a weekly show 2 times a week on Mondays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. We just went live a second ago. That's why I moved today's show, because normally I go live at 7. But I was like, I just hopped off the mic. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just go live right now since I'm already down here, man. So you guys know I love college football. Was already breaking down draft prospects. Gave y'all some sleepers to look after. So if you want to be on your A game when it comes to college football and draft, definitely tune in to Roundtable Sports and the draft show. My dog says, go Longhorns. Hey, ice cold cowboy. I am telling you guys right now, right? Salute to Tiff. I'm telling you right now. Anthony Hill, linebacker out of the University of Texas. I will be talking about him all draft season. So you might as well just get used to it right now. I've been waiting to talk about this kid since he was in high school, right? So he went to Denton Ryan. His dad was a college teammate of mine, went to school with his mom and his dad, right? Was a teammate of mine. I've been knowing about this kid since, well, you know what I'm saying? He kind of came out, but you know what I'm saying? But since high school, I've been telling people on Twitter, yo, there's this dog coming and he's phenomenal. And if you guys want to watch a fun, explosive player, think about DeMarvion Overshown and Micah Parsons had an offspring, right? He plays with that tenacity. Now, Cowboys Nation, here is the very sad news when it comes to Anthony Hill. Very sad news. His agent is Dave Mujeda. He has the same agent as Micah Parsons already. So, you know what I'm saying? Will he be a Dallas Cowboy? I did not know, because I'm sure Jerry Jones is done with Dave, right? But this kid's phenomenal. Also, you guys know how much I love Josh Downs coming out of UNC in that draft. Oh, his brother. Y'all, when I tell you his brother Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State, it's chef's kiss. It's a masterpiece to watch this kid play football. I don't want to hear, oh, you don't draft safeties that early. You don't draft safety that early. I'm not listening to any of that when it comes to Caleb Downs. This kid is a pure football player. So we're going to be talking about draft prospects, college football, breaking down matchups, all of that on Roundtable Sports. So definitely tune in, because I know a lot of y'all do love draft coverage and also college football. Salute to everyone out there in the chat. See my dog Big Time in the building. What's going on with you, bro? Jeremy says, lucky those Noles not taking on my Tar Heels. Bill Belichick and the Heels going to own the ACC. Possibly. I don't know if my Noles are going to be ready. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We spoke about Bill Belichick and UNC. We didn't dive too deep into everything, but I'm interested to see. And I think that Bill Belichick will have an uptick. I think you guys were a 6-win team last year. I think that just automatically with the Bill Belichick factors, you should be around 8 with UNC. So definitely going to be a team to look out for in the ACC. But if you want to talk ACC football, Dabo Swinney and Clemson, they are loaded, y'all. That Clemson team is loaded, man. Salute to my dog Sam Broom in the building. What's up to you, my dog, man? Love to my dog out there. Ice Cold Cowboy, what's going on with you, everybody? D King, what's going on with you? What's going on? What's going on? All right, now, if you caught yesterday, you caught it, right? And I'm saying this right now, we're not going to go back and revisit what happened yesterday, right? We're not going to go back and talk about what happened yesterday. I said what I said. It is what it is, right? So we're not going to do a whole nother show on what is, and we're not going to talk about other people. Today, we are getting back to football, right? Today, we're back to football, y'all. So don't ask me nothing about nobody, because I ain't talking about it, right? But I do want to say this. During the past few days, Friday with the Micah stuff, the Micah show, right? Yesterday with whatever show that was, all right? We gained a lot of new followers here in our community, right? Whether it was just your first time seeing us because of the algorithm, whether it's because you might have been watching me on another channel and you wanted to come over and say, hey, I think I will subscribe. We say welcome to CFO Gang. But I do want to give everybody a heads up, okay? In this community, CFO Sports, CFO Gang, we do things differently, right? We welcome everybody here, but we'll play when it's time to play. We'll have fun when it's time to have fun. But when it's time to work, it's time to work and talk ball, right? And I get it. Sometimes our conversations that we have might be way up here and you might not feel like you're adequate enough to keep up. That's perfectly fine. I welcome all the questions in the chat. Stop me, pause me, ask questions in the comments, whatever. I'll be more than happy to answer. But if you think that yesterday is what we consistently do, and that I'm going to be here for your entertainment and crack eggs over my head and hump chairs or whatever you're used to getting in other communities, you're not going to get that here, right? And just to caution people, I have shooters and mods all over the roof. And if you go out of bounds, they will shoot and ask 0 questions, right? So we welcome everybody. We want you to learn football. We believe that talking real football is entertainment. We don't have to be goofy and sell jokes, right? Real football is entertainment. You will learn in this community. You will grow in this community, and you will become more knowledgeable when it comes to not only understanding about the Dallas Cowboys, but also the game of football and also the NFL draft, right? We just have structure of how we do things, but we do want to welcome everybody because we gained like 500 subscribers over the past 3 days, right? So welcome. All right. Now, not to fully touch on yesterday, but there is one thing I do want to touch on, right? And before we pivot to Brian Schottenheimer in the camp, because we have the scrimmage tomorrow versus the Rams, so I know the players are going to be excited. Get you excited. Juan says, get your boy a mod. I'm a cornball killer. All right, bro. Well, you know what I'm saying? There you go. You know what I'm saying? We pass out ratchets like Killmonger. We pass out ratchets like Killmonger. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. But I do want to touch on one quick thing, right? Now, some people ask me like, yo, Tuck, do you feel bad about yesterday? Absolutely not, right? I know there was a response, but I'm not getting on all that, right? But there's one thing I do want to kind of just mention to the community, right? This term gatekeeper, okay? Now, if you want to maybe work for the Dallas Morning News or the Kansas City Stars, right? You have to go through job interviews. You have to submit writings. You have to, go through people and editors to maybe work your way up. So in those cases, there might be a gate, okay? If I wanted to possibly work for the Dallas Cowboys or a radio station or whatnot, more than likely there might be a gate to keep certain kind of individuals out, okay? When it comes to YouTube, this is an open platform, right? So there is no such thing as gatekeeping in the YouTube space. This space was actually built on people the gate was keeping out of, right? So we're all free to do whatever. If Ice Cold Cowboy wants to start a YouTube channel right now, there's nothing I can do to stop him or prevent him or anything of that nature, right? There's no gatekeeping in YouTube because I can't stop anybody from doing anything, right? So I think we have to kind of move this gatekeeping thing. Now, what it might be referring to is opportunity and looks, okay? And I'll give you guys this conversation, right? When I first came in the game in 2020, when I was a little young, right? The late night hype with Skywalker, Big Game James, and Law Nation, that was the big show, right? That was the thing in our community was the late night hype, right? Everything looked amazing, and it'd been nice to be on the late night hype, right? When I first came in the game as a little up and coming content creator, though I knew Sky, right? I didn't message Sky constantly about being on the late night hype. When I developed a relationship with Big Game James, I didn't message James like, yo, put me on late night hype. Law, put me on late night hype. Late night hype, late night hype, late night hype. I want to be on the show. Put me on late night hype, right? No, I didn't do that, right? Instead, what I did was I put my head down and I worked, did some more work, where I built myself in this community. I grew respect. Then ultimately, Cowboys Nation was asking, yo, we want to see Jay Tuck on the late night hyper, which was the final word by then, right? So the community started asking to see me on that show due to the work that I put in, right? But I feel like a lot of people who get in this game or this space, they want it too quickly, right? You just started a channel 2 months ago. You should be on the final word with Boss Law and Big Game James, right? And OC, right? Or you should be on the show with Rome, or you should be on Cover 3, or you should. What I'm telling you is not that anybody or any individual is gatekeeping. We want to see you earn it. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn it because people come in this game, they go, right? I've seen so many people build a channel, then the channel falls off, and like what happened? Like there's new people coming in every day, right? Earn it. And when you earn it, it's undeniable, right? So I wanted to kind of get that message out there because I heard some people talking about gatekeeping. You can't gatekeep on an open platform, right? You know what I'm saying? I can't stop anybody from doing anything. Big Game James can't stop any, DMV can't stop. Like, we can't stop anybody from creating a channel, right? I think is that people come into this game, hey, I started a channel, I got 200 followers or subscribers, put me up there with you guys, and if it's not happening as quickly as they want it, it's that, oh, those guys are hating, those guys don't like me, though. No, that's not how it works. It's just like the game of football, right? Jadon Blue has to earn that starting job, right? Trayshawn Holden has to earn that roster spot. He can't just go to Shotty and say, hey, bro, put me on, give me a, like, no, you have to earn it. Tyler Booker has to earn it. Deuce Vaughn has to earn it. You have to earn it, right? So nobody's keeping anybody from anybody doing this, right? Because if Jay Tuck was a gatekeeper, there would be numerous people with the same sentiments. I've never gate kept anybody because I don't even know what gate I'm supposed to be keeping. You know what I'm saying? So just want to get that out there for, because I know there's a lot of up and coming content creators. Everyone's starting to get into space. Work. That's my number one advice I give to any content creator coming into this game. Work. I literally just got off an hour college football show 2 minutes ago. And here I am doing a live. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? And this morning, I was researching all of college football because I'm not sure what questions the chat was going to ask me. They were asking me stuff about Boise State and, you know, like all sorts of schools. I'm like, bro, I haven't gotten that far. You know what I'm saying? I know the top 25, top 30, but you asking about Boise and, you know, Oregon State. And then I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, Dallas Law said, hey, put me on your show. Y'all can call in. You know what I'm saying? You can call in anytime. I got the phone lines, right? But you can call in. But yeah, earn it. Earn it. Ice Cold love college football. I love college football too. You know what I'm saying? I love college football too. Let's see here. The silhouette Kate Mass animation kept calling a wizard is from a mobile game, Exos Heroes. Appreciate that update. All right. So that's what I'm kind of say, like, earn it if you're getting in space, earn it. And it's going to mean so much more to you, right? When you know, like, bro, I put the work in and I do belong in those conversations and I can go toe to toe with those people. You know, it was like 4 years before I even did a show with Okoye, because a lot of us will be busy. Like, we got a lot of other stuff going on, right? It was like 4 years until I finally did a show with Okoye. I had to sit him down finally, right? You know, hey, Vach, I see you on the draft show. Put me on. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Earn it, and then it's undeniable. It says LSU will win the Natty. That's all you need to know about college football. I don't know. Here's my brother Cody says, put me on. No, I can't put my brother on because he's a Dak hater. You know what I'm saying? That's what people say, like Tuck and these Dak haters. My own brother, my own flesh and blood is one of them Dak haters, which is sad because he has a brother who knows the ins and outs when it comes to this team. How does my own flesh and blood be a Dak hater? Because he be on Facebook all the damn time versus he need to be watching his own brother. You know what I'm saying? His own brother. Let me get that link for you guys and I'll post it here in the chat in a second, right? Roundtable Sports on YouTube. All right. Enough with that, right? All right. So Brian Schottenheimer had an interview today. And I tried to talk about this yesterday, but y'all was like, kept wanting to talk about other stuff, right? I felt like Brian Schottenheimer did an excellent job answering the Micah questions, right? I got both my brothers in here. I got both my brothers in here. So Dak hating. My other brother, he's a Steelers fan, so he's a Dak hater. I got two Dak hating ass brothers. You know what I'm saying? Two Dak hating ass brothers. You know what I'm saying? Guess I was the only one that was raised right with some sense. All right. Brian Schottenheimer, shoot to my dog Marcus, shoot to my dog Cody. That's my family, man. So if y'all want to bully somebody, go bully them. You know what I'm saying? Go bully them. So I felt like Brian Schottenheimer handled the Micah Parsons questions perfectly, right? What Brian Schottenheimer said about the Micah situation, this is what I need. I need Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones to just copy and paste it. Brian Schottenheimer said, and I quote, right, you know what I'm saying? Go over there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sit them over there. You know what I'm saying? I need to see my brothers over there. You know what I'm saying? So he said that I need Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones to copy Brian Schottenheimer's what he said about the Micah thing. I talked to Micah personally behind doors. I understand what's going on, right? And I expect Micah will be here week 1. Talk to Micah personally behind closed doors. We're not going to make it public. I understand what's going on. I hope and expect that Micah will be here when we kick off versus Philly. Jerry and Stephen Jones, is that so difficult to do? Is that so difficult to do? Hey, we talking to Micah. You know, it's all in house. We're trying to figure it out right now. You know, but we expect him to be on the field week 1. We're going to get this deal done. And just stop. Stop there, right? Just stop there and everything will probably be better off. But see, what happens is Jerry got to get them extra jabs, right? Jerry got to get those extra jabs in so much. He caused a beef between my dog, Dez Bryant, and Nicki Minaj. You know how crazy that Jerry talks so much, he caused a massive beef between Dez Bryant and Nicki Minaj because Jerry just couldn't just shut his mouth up. And why did you have to bring up Dez's contract? Why did you have to bring up Jay-Z in the street corner? Like, bro, you're just causing chaos. That Dez Bryant and Nicki Minaj got into a beef yesterday. And a lot of people's like, yo, Tuck, you see the beef between Dez and Nicki Minaj, and Dez was doing the right thing, you know, and she fired off from him, and then he responded. Now, I will say this. You ain't got to ask whose side I'm on. Oh, Tuck, you're on Dez's side. I mean, yeah, that's my dog, right? But y'all know I'm on Cardi B's side. Y'all know I am Team Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So if Cardi B wants to use my Twitter to jump in the middle of this beef, Cardi B, feel free to use me in any capacity you see fit. Just hit me, DM me. We can make it happen. I'm with Cardi B all day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Cardi, call me, DM me, and we can get you right in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? And get things popping. You know what I'm saying? But that's just Jerry Jones saying things that didn't even need to be said. Jerry didn't cause that beef between Dez and Nicki. Yes, he did. Jerry commented about Dez. It had nothing to do with Micah. Yeah, I'm on Joy Taylor's side too. You know what I'm saying? Joy Taylor is, you know what I'm saying? All right. Right. Jerry responded about Dez, mentioned Rock Nation and Jay-Z for whatever reason. Rock Nation puts out a statement, right? Nicki comments on Dez's post about the statement. Dez makes a video about him being a huge fan of hers and he supports her and, all sorts of stuff, And then she just blew up. You know what I'm saying? And then it just got ugly, talking about his mom and his dad and grandpa. And like, it just got all ugly out the blue after he just said, hey, I love her work. I'm a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. And see, she offered $10 million for Dez to fight her husband. I know Dez was with the shit. You know what I'm saying? For $10 million, bro. Hey, let me get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight Nicki Minaj's husband for $5. I'll represent it for $500,000. and I'll pack bro up for 500 grand. You know what I'm saying? But $10 million, hey, send it. Where do I need to meet? I'd have been on the first train smoking for $10 million. But it's Jerry in the circus. Jerry saying things that were irrelevant, and all of a sudden, kaboom, right? So it's just this massive. My dog says, bro, her husband can't even be around kids. They got to stay in the house. I saw a tweet, right? I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know his situation. But it was like, if Dez wants to guarantee he wins the fight, just have it at a Chuck E. Cheese and her husband won't show up. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just Jerry just saying extra stuff and extra jabs at people who was unwarranted. This Micah thing has nothing to do with Dez. But why did you bring up Dez and Jay-Z and Rock Nation and this and that? Bro, just say no comment, or we're working on it. We want to get the deal done as soon as possible, right? We're working on it and move on. But it's always the extra jab. So getting back to Brian Schottenheimer, I think he answered things perfectly. Another takeaway from today's interview when it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, he spoke about Joe Milton, right? Says Joe Milton does a good job going through his progressions. Sometimes he's pressing on his first 2-3 reads and not reading the checkdowns because of his big arm. He's looking to attack downfield. Now, some people might get excited about that, right? But sometimes you have to learn, hey, take what the defense gives you, right? And he was talking about sometimes when the defense might press out of their zone, right? I mean, they break out their zones, right? You're still waiting for maybe it's a comeback, right? Or maybe it's a crosser or a deep post or a corner, right? So you're looking to attack downfield. Well, you might just have a shallow crosser right there, right? Because what happens is when you're playing defense, right? You press out your zone, I mean, you're going backwards, right? And then you set, then you drive forward, right? So sometimes if you don't catch that shallow drag across the field while they're pressing, it allows these linebackers to set and then drive on the ball to make a play. Oh yeah, new subscribers. We're new subscribers. This is where we, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do, right? So that's what he was talking about, that Joe Milton, sometimes he looks for the big plays downfield, right? And he's waiting to get underneath to his checkout throws, but the defense is already selling and driving on the plays. But overall, he's very excited about Joe Milton and the big arm that he possesses. Also today at practice, womp, womp, womp. I know my dog Lewis been talking about this. I know my dog Boss has been talking about this. I've spoken about it. DMV, Rome, list goes on and on. Defensive tackles. And Mozzie Smith went down with an injury. Getting shallow. Now, I'm not sure the seriousness of that injury, but Mozzie Smith left practice today with the injury. Again, right? So 3 years Mozzie's been there. There's been some type of injury that he's had to battle through. He's coming off an injury as well. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, when are we going to press the alarm button at the defensive tackle position? Now, I've been hearing conversations. Salute to Patrick Nosey Walker, Joseph Hoyt, John Machota, Aisha, you know, all the amazing people that's out there in Oxnard covering this team. I've been talking to them behind the scenes. And I told you guys this when we got him. The Cowboys and Will McClay, they may have done it again. They may have done it again. I said this when we got him. I tweeted it. I was like, oh shit, they may have done this again, right? What did I mean by they may have done it again? Well, we know they found Brandon Aubrey at the UFL. We found Kevontae Turpin. I think Perion Winfrey, y'all, he might be one of those ones, bro. Perion Winfrey, he might be one of those ones. I think the Cowboys might have hit again with Perrion Winfrey. Now, if you go back to my draft coverage, I love Perrion Winfrey coming out of Oklahoma. Three tech builds, right? But he's solid and compact enough that he's violent enough that he can play in the one. Not a lot, right? But if you had to toss him out there in certain cases, he's perfectly fine. Motor is off the chain. He stays on go mode. Needs cleanup technique, but he is a guy that will be disruptive. I think he went to Seattle. Right? I think he went to Seattle. Don't quote me on that. I think he went to Seattle, right? Had some off the field issues with the woman for whatever reason. Lost his NFL career. Had to leave the NFL. And now you get an opportunity to come play for the Dallas Cowboys, right? But not only does Perrion Winfrey get an opportunity to play for the Dallas Cowboys, he's probably looking around thinking, oh shit, it's light in here. it's Cleveland? It was Cleveland. Okay, Cleveland. All right, cool. Cleveland. Was he drafted by Cleveland? Trying to remember, right? Foggy, right? Cleveland. He's probably looking around thinking, it's kind of light in here. Hold on. Do I have a real opportunity to make this roster? I think I do. It's light in here, right? And if you talk about with Matt Eberflus, yeah, so he drafted to Cleveland third round. Did he play for Seattle? Oh no, they go back and look, right? But if you look at what Matt Eberflus has been talking about, he's been talking about he likes athletic defensive tackles. I know you've been saying one tech and a big body, but hey, Matty E wants to trust the process, right? He likes big body, physical, athletic defensive tackles with motor that can get upfield and shoot up gaps, right? So third round pick to Cleveland he was, right? This is why I love my community, right? Smart, right? Smart. Smart. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do all the work. I'll let y'all do some of the work too, right? Yeah, so third round draft pick to Cleveland, all right? What's up, my dog? What's going on with you, bro? So if you look at the mold of what Matt Eberflus likes to do, Perrion Winfrey fits the mold. And I'll be 1,000% transparent. I'm not going to say Sports 78, they would cut Mozzie. But for me, I loved Perrion Winfrey's film coming out of college more than I liked Mozzie Smith's film. Now that's college, right? That's college, right? But if you compare apples to apples, I love Perrion Winfrey a lot more than I like Mozzie Smith, right? I felt like Mozzie was kind of a one-trick pony. Strength on occasions, right? But Perrion Winfrey, he does have some technique, right? He probably needs to kind of own that a little bit more. But pass rushing, disruptive, athleticism, agile, violent, constant motor. That's what he had coming out of college. And I didn't watch his USFL film at all, of course. But let's see here. No, he went to the Jets briefly, and then he went to UFL Birmingham style. Okay, he was the Jets, not Seattle. Okay, cool. All right. Clement says, I definitely know about Perrion Winfrey from my Sooners because I watched the Big 12 doing work against very good linemen in his few years in Norman. Exactly. He was talented for OU. And I talked to my guy, Gerald McCoy, because I know Gerald McCoy, the defensive tackle, played for OU alum, right? Talked to Gerald McCoy. He's like, yo, Tuck, he has it if he can clean it up, right? But with this opportunity, he's probably going to lock in. You said his NFL film probably better too than Mozzie's. Ooh, that might be a fun one. Let's see if I can cook that up. All right, let's see if I can cook that up. As far as NFL film, because I didn't watch this film, to be honest with you. I haven't watched the NFL film. I didn't watch his Jets or whatever. I haven't watched it yet, right? Because I know how much film we're about to watch once we get past Saturday. So yeah, I would definitely keep an eye on Perion Winfrey. Now, someone asked in the chat, would I cut Tolbert or Mozzie? All right. Let's have this conversation as a family, Cowboys Nation. Salute to everyone watching right now. Subscribe to the channel, like the content, and share, right? A lot of people yesterday was saying, Tuck, leave it alone. Just talk football. We're just talking football, so I need to see them same likes we had yesterday. Today. You know what I'm saying? Right? Put your likes where your mouth is. Oh, Tuck, leave it alone. Let's talk football. We're just here for Cowboys football. We're talking Cowboys football right now. I need to see them same likes. All right? Wide receiver, Trey or 4, however you want to slice it, right? CD, Pickens, Turpin will be unlocked more in this offense. I can guarantee it from my fantasy football players out there. But after that, Tolbert, Mingo, y'all talking about Trayshawn Holden. Like Trayshawn Holden, film sessions on the channel somewhere, right? Y'all want to post it? Trayshawn Holden film sessions out there. Jalen Brooks, Josh Kelly, and so on, right? Now, this is where me and my dog Rome might disagree. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother Rome CFT. Hey, bro. Y'all got to stop acting like Jalen Tolbert is just chopped liver. Right? Stop acting like he's just chopped liver. Is he CeeDee Lamb? No. Is he George Pickens? Absolutely not. Right? Is he Jonathan Mingo? I mean, he's produced more than Jonathan Mingo, but I still don't think Mingo. I think I would probably put Mingo ahead of him. I would put Turpin ahead of him. But when it comes to Jalen Tolbert, oh yeah, and Ryan Florden, right? I wouldn't put him ahead of him, right? But when it comes to Jalen Tolbert, here is a kid who did take a leap. Okay? He did take a leap from his rookie year to his sophomore year. All right? Why did Jalen Tolbert take that leap? Brian Schottenheimer. I remember when I was at camp that year, because that was the year we got rid of Ken. So it was Brian Schottenheimer's first year as the OC. When I tell you guys, everywhere Brian Schottenheimer went, Jalen Tolbert was there. It was like a shadow. He even spoke about it because he did a show with West Coast and Henny and Landlord, I think, right? He talked about he connected himself with Brian Schottenheimer, and Brian Schottenheimer worked with him repeatedly on improving and understanding the game of football. I just don't see a situation unless it's a complete massive separation where Jalen Tolbert isn't on this roster and he gets cut. I just don't see it. I would be shocked, right? Because one, he's quasi a veteran, right? He's been in Dallas. He's familiar with Dak. He was our leading touchdown wide receiver. Take that with a grain of salt from last year. Special teams contribution. Connected with Dak Prescott, connected with Brian Schottenheimer, you would have to have somebody come in and just, wow, where Jalen Tolbert would get cut. Right? So if I'm gauging it, It's going to be CD, Pickens, Turpin, Mingo-ish. I think Mingo has more upside than Tolbert. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for all my Trayshawn Holden fans out there, or Ryan Flo fans, or Jalen Brooks fans, it's going to be for wide receiver 6, and it's all going to come down to a numbers game and what they can stash. I would probably lock in those 5 as our wide receivers, and then you also got to toss in Paris Campbell in the mix as well, right, if he comes back from an injury. So that's where I'm at. I feel like those 5 are solid, and then 6 is up for grabs, right? Trayshawn Holden could leap a Jalen Brooks. He could leap a Jalen Marino. He could leap a Ryan Flo, right? He could leap those guys, right? But I feel like that's 6. Trayshawn Holden is a difficult situation because, one, they paid him the bare minimum when it comes to UDFAs, right? They paid him the lowest they could pay anybody, right? So that means there wasn't a lot of tug and pull or negotiations post-draft for Trayshawn Holden. I really think the thing that really got Trayshawn Holden in Dallas was Junior Adams, the wide receiver coach who came from Oregon, who coached Trayshawn Holden, right? And I feel like Trayshawn Holden is a phenomenal talent, y'all. He's talented as hell. He's talented as hell, right? But it's just the uphill battle of who he's going to be able to knock off. So Campbell's on IR. Fully? Is he fully on IR? Or is he just hurt? Yeah. So yeah, Trey, he does have a sponsor, right? So it's going to be interesting. So if you're looking for Trayshawn Holden, if you're a Trayshawn Holden fan, I know we got a lot of people who are. I am too. I'm rooting for the kid. We have to watch 2 things. One, his preseason production. Well, Tuck, I was having this conversation with Henny, right? If he's just balling out at camp and Oxnard, that's not going to be enough, right? Right? It does enough for us as excitement, but it's not going to be enough. All right, so Paris Campbell's on IR, right? So he'll probably get, all right. So Trayshawn Holden having a good camp at Oxnard is not going to be enough, right? But if he goes out there on Saturday and puts his film on display, so damn, Paris Campbell's out for the season? What did he do? Was it a knee? The knee issue? Oh, why they keep him if he's on iron? Why you just move on, right? But if Trayshawn Holden goes out there and puts incredible film on display preseason, that might force the Cowboys' hand where they're feeling like, hey, we can't cut and re-sign because he's going to get claimed, right? So let's say Trayshawn Holden goes out there Saturday versus the Rams. So was it an ACL? Did Paris Campbell tear ACL? Let's say Trayshawn Holden goes out there, MCL. Okay. Yeah, so, all right, right? If he goes out there, and let's say he goes for 50 yards and 1 touchdown, right, in the 4th quarter of a preseason game, but he starts to stack the film, then the Cowboys will have to pretty much have their hands forced where they have to sign him, right? Y'all remember that game in preseason when Hunter Luepke went out there and just went crazy? From that moment, I told everybody, circle Hunter Luepke. The film is out there. The film is out there with Hunter Luepke. You have no choice but to re-sign Hunter Luepke because you put the film out there and he was going crazy in preseason. The same thing with Deuce Vaughn. So if they start stacking preseason film, then you can pretty much maybe circle Trayshawn Holden, but we'll have to see how that all shapes out as we get through the preseason games, and we'll definitely be breaking down film. Campbell wasn't going to see much gridiron action anyways, bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I agree, right? But someone coached Paris Campbell. Was it Clayton Adams? Somebody had coached Coach Paris Campbell, and they brought him with them. I wonder was it Clayton Adams, right? Yeah. So yeah. Once Hunter went crazy that preseason game, I was like, well, you can circle that. that film is out there, bro. He ain't, right? You can, no, Yeah, right. So, yep, got to win the crowd. And here's the thing. I feel like these wide receivers should get opportunity to win the crowd because you're going to get a heavy dose of Joe Milton and also a heavy dose of Will Grier, right? So even in the third quarter, fourth quarter, because last year, Mike McCarthy had Trey Lance just doing shit just to do it, right? There was no method to the madness. He was throwing 60 times all over. It was just like, bro, what are we doing, right? I feel like there's going to be more of a method to the madness, and I feel like Joe Milton is a more accurate quarterback, a more polished quarterback possibly than Trey, all right? And so they're going to get that opportunity. Yes, okay, there you go, Sarge. Right, so Paris Campbell came over with Clayton Adams, and Clayton Adams coached him in the Colts, right? I knew there was somebody brought him over, all right? Boom, that's what I said. CFO gang, if you want to be gang over here, you got to be smart. You got to be on your A game. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to be cracking no eggs. All right. Sports 78 says, lots of buzz about Maffa right now. Could he push one of the vets off of the roster? Who are you classifying as vet? Are you talking about Javonte Miles vet? Are we claiming Deuce as a vet? Right? I feel like Javonte Williams is a lock. Miles Sanders, and we'll get to some of the practice clip films here in a second, right? Miles Sanders, he is a lock, but I wonder would the Cowboys try to do something sneaky with Miles Sanders where you can do a veteran cut with him and re-sign him, right? If they want to sneak on Maffa. But I feel like Miles Sanders and Javonte will be our first two. Then you'll have Jadon Blue. That's 3. Schottenheimer spoke about Hunter playing fullback, H-back, also tight end. So that's kind of 4-esque, right? It's kind of 4-esque. So Phil Maffa would have to knock off probably Deuce, right? And I said this on Twitter, and Deuce, I know you cannot control this, my guy, but Deuce, if you ever want to listen to somebody, I know I'm KU and you're K-State, and we typically don't see eye to eye. Right now is not this time to be missing camp or preseason with that hammy. Now is not that time, Deuce. Now is not the time to be missing any opportunity with that hammy. Because Jadon Blue, he's coming. Oh, he's coming. Salute to Marcus Mosher for pissing him off with that interview with that coach. But Jadon Blue's coming. Right, and we'll get to the film clips here in a second. But hey, bro. Hey, now's the time. And don't let Phil Maffa pick up steam in the third or fourth quarter. If Phil Maffa breaks a run and trucks somebody and gets in the end zone, it's going to be a tough uphill battle for you, bro, because Cowboys Nation is excited for Maffa Mania. Cowboys Nation is excited for Jadon Blue, bro. Now is not the time to miss a lot of preseason and training camp. Now, maybe they could stash you on, IR, like get cute with you. But now's not the time for that, Deuce. So I feel like Deuce is probably, I ain't saying take the shot, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, it just is what it is. It just is what it is at this point. Love me some Maffa. Maffa's underrated. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking to see him tomorrow versus the Rams, and I'm looking to see him on Saturday night. Now, I won't get to watch the game Saturday night because I'm doing some tactical gun training with some friends of mine, right? They're ex-military, and they've been trying to talk me out like, yo, Tuck, come out here and do some tactical gun training with us. So we're going to have some ARs and all sorts of big stuff, right? And I was like, okay, well, what time? He was like, all right, we're going to go out there like at 10 a.m. Okay, cool. What time will we be done? They're like, probably 8 p.m. I'm like, God damn, bro, it's a full-ass job. Like, yeah, man, we got some stuff we want to do and setups. We can go to different ranges. And I'm like, but the Cowboys play at 6, bro. They're like, you be fine. And I should have did it back in the summer when it was Memorial Day, right? I should have did it back then, but I kind of pushed it off. But I kept pushing it down, and I told them I promised this weekend I would do it, but I didn't know it was going to be a full-time job. Well, I didn't know it was going to be a full-time job. I mean, how many guns are we about to shoot? Like, goddamn, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., bro? How much stuff are we about to shoot up? Like, what are we doing? Like, oh, now we're going to put you to full military training. I'm like, bro, like, I guess, but the game is on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I might be loading ARs, but looking at my Apple Watch, checking on the. No, I ain't gonna be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Dog Cole Cowboy in the building. What's going on with you, Cole? You know what I'm saying? Phil, Super Cowboys fan in the building. Phil and Jadon are a little thunder and lightning. Hopefully they can turn into that. Little thunder and lightning. Hold on. My dog barking. All right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, hopefully they can turn into that. And we'll take a look here at some film here in a second. But I think that Miles and Javonte will probably be our veteran 1-2 punch week one. Jadon Blue will slowly start to work his way up, and then we'll have to see from there. But if I had to see who's going to be our RB1, it'll probably be Javonte Williams. That's who I'm going with. Then we got 5 battling for 3 spots. Well, yeah, more than likely, but I don't think there's a battle. I think that you have 3 already locked. What the fuck is going on, my dog? My bad. What is going on? Hold on, y'all. I was just dropping off a package. My dog is going crazy up there, like someone's trying to break in the house. All right, someone dropping off a package. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, shout to my dog up there actually doing some work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Javonte, Miles, Jadon, Lockett, Hunter, Lockett. So that's 3.5, right? Typically on game day, you probably have 3, right? So then we'll kind of see how things unfold from there. Who might be PS guys? But I think on game day, you're probably going to carry 3.5, right? What breed? She is we call her a Wyandotte County red dog because she's kind of mixed with everything, but she's part pit, part lab. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can hear that vicious bark up there. You know what I'm saying? Miles is like he got some burst in a clip I seen. Broadus was speaking highly of him. Yeah. I think Miles is feeling rejuvenated. And here's what people have to understand, right? Whenever you take a player who's like in Carolina, right? And then you take them and you dump them in the Dallas Cowboys, as my sons will say, you have to add some aura points, right? You got to add some aura points, right? Because if I'm Miles Sanders, I was in Carolina, things really didn't work out. They wasn't really a competitive team. But then you bring me to Dallas. But not only did you bring me to Dallas, this running back room, this is kind of open competition. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we have Tony Pollard and then you're kind of competing for whatever, or we drafted Amari and Hampton and you're kind of competing for whatever. All these running backs are here in Dallas thinking, I could win this shit. Like I could be the man. Right? Miles Sanders is looking at, hey, okay, you mean to tell me my top options to compete against is Javonte Williams, who's coming off of injuries, right? And a rookie in Jadon Blue? I can go win this shit if we are working in the Schottenheimer true competition, right? Miles is probably thinking, I can win this. Javonte is probably thinking, I can win this, right? Jadon Blue is probably thinking, I can win this, right? So then it creates that competitive spirit where you might not get the Miles Sanders that was in Carolina. You might have to add on some aura points, as they say, and you might get a different caliber of player. So we'll have to sit back and see how it all unfolds, right? So yeah, can't forget game one is versus the team that sent him to hell, right? You know what I'm saying? That get back is a mug. Blink, you know what I'm saying? That get back, right? So, there's opportunity out there. There's opportunity at running back. There's opportunity at defensive tackle. And I think there's opportunity at linebacker and corner as well, right? So I know a lot of people have written this guy off. And I kept kind of asking, are we sure yet? So it's a Patrick No-C Walker. He stated, now this is kind of going with other people's eyes and me personally, I don't trust anything that happens at camp unless I can see it myself, right? But he is saying, and I trust No-C because No-C's a quality guy, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to front for nothing, right? That Damone Clark is having his best camp since he's been in Dallas. And a lot of people are like, I don't like Damone Clark. Well, talk about you bring up Damone Clark. This is when the views start falling off. People start leaving the chat. You know what I'm saying? Take it with what you're saying. He's saying that Damone Clark is having one of his best camps since he's been in Dallas, right? Also, one of my guys, Wizardry, right? Tuck likes to wave his wand all up in the air. Shazam. I've been telling you guys about this kid. Shamar James, out of the University of Florida. High octane, high motor, explosive, downhill, disruptive, good in coverage, has been getting a lot of reps with the starters. I think my dog Joseph Hoyt reported today he had a PBU that led to an interception. He had a few plays that would have led to sacks. Like the reporters are starting to talk more about Shamar James. So I was asking, like, bro, what's going on with Shamar James? Like, what's going on, right? And now I got my sis Aisha out there. I'm like, yo, sis, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with Shamar? She's like, oh, he's looking good, Tuck. All right. So Saturday, while I'm at the gun range shooting all this sort of stuff, keep an eye on Shamar James for me, right? And we'll get to the film when I get home, all right? Kenneth Murray had returned from injury. I don't think he fully practiced. Now, they didn't have him on full pads today because they're getting ready for tomorrow, right? But didn't have him on full pads. But Kenneth Murray returned to injury. Don't think that he fully participated. I think he was on bands. Jack Sanborn, from hearing, has looked decent, right? I think Jack Sanborn is what we call low ceiling, high floor guy, right? I feel like what you see with Jack is what you're going to get, right? You're going to get a guy who's going to be IQ. He's going to be the translator for Eberflus's scheme, right? Hard worker, play hard, fill gaps, in there, right? I think that's what you're going to get when it comes to Sanborn, right? So Murray did practice today. Okay. I thought they said he wasn't going to practice and maybe he decided to practice. All right. Any word on Damone Clark? I just mentioned that, Devin. Pat Rignosi Walker mentioned that he's having his best camp as a Dallas Cowboy thus far. Now, take that with a grain of salt, but that's just what he's mentioning, right? Also, where I'm hearing, salute to Double I, 2I. We got us one, y'all. We got us one. And I knew we did last year. In Maris Leofow. I think we got us one. In Maris Leofow. I think having Maris Leofow with his mega mind, right? Because that was the one thing I loved about him out of Notre Dame was mega mind, right? This kid was a communicator, a digester, a quarterback on the defensive side of the ball at Notre Dame. He got a full year in a complicated ass scheme under Mike Zimmer. Complicated as hell. That shit ain't easy, right? He got to play with another mega mind last year in Eric Kendricks, right? And then now you get to play in a more simplified scheme with Matt Eberflus. And Matt Eberflus is the linebacker whisperer. Linebackers is what Matty E does, right? When we were all, oh, and swiping and shit in Dallas, that was Matt Eberflus. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk bad about Jalen Smith and LVE now, but when they was lit, when I got that jersey with Jalen Smith's number on the front and LVE's number on the back, custom was kind of ugly, but I had to get it done right. That was Matt Eberflus. Right? So, if he can get that with Maris, I think Kenneth Murray is going to be solid, right? That's your built for tough, old school neck brace linebacker. You have Jack Sanborn, who's going to be your translator. You have Shamar James, who's probably going to be your blitzer, downhill guy, coverage guy, possibly sideline to sideline versatility. Depending on situational, I don't want to rush him back, but you could get Overshown back. And then there was reports today, and I seen it with my own eyes. Guess who they have playing outside linebacker today? I'm going to see if y'all can guess. Guess who was playing outside linebacker today? Something's up. Something is up, Cowboys Nation. But guess who was standing up playing outside linebacker and dropping in coverage? Sam Williams. Sam Williams was playing outside linebacker today. Sam Williams was dropping back in coverage. Sam Williams was blitzing off the edge as a Sam linebacker. Now, maybe this is little old me. That smells some 3-4 principles up in there. That smells That smells something. You feel me, Kelvin? You feel me? You feel me? That smells. Ugh. You know I'm getting old, and some of my football mind might be getting a little old and cramped. But that smells some 3-4. That smells some 5-man fronts. Or even a 6-1, and we'll get to the film here in a second because maybe we can crack the code on it, right? But people now this is prior to the knee injury, right? But people forget how athletic Sam Williams was prior to injury. Do y'all remember when Sam Williams was a gunner on punt team? Y'all remember when Sam Williams was a gunner? Right? At that speed, that size, he was on punt team. And he was running. People forget at Ole Miss. I still have the Sam Williams Ole Miss film on my channel. It's somewhere. Y'all can search and find it, right? I have his Ole Miss film session on my channel, and I told everybody, if Dan Quinn sees this kid, he is going to love him. Sam Williams played 3-tech at Ole Miss. He played 3-tech at Ole Miss, right? Played 3-tech. He can play 5. He's athletic enough to stand up and rush off the edge. Even play gunner. All right. Block a punt every now and then. And Sam Williams is foaming at the mouth. Y'all heard my dog upstairs barking. That's been Sam Williams since the moment he came back. He went through a punch day. He punched Brock Hoffman, right? So let's keep an eye on these things because we have an abundance of edge rushers, and you can't have Donovan Ezekiraku, Sam Williams on the sideline just holding clipboards.
Here's what I found.
No, Siri, you can't. You can't have Sam Williams and Donovan on the sideline just holding clipboards. Matt is cooking up something. I don't know what it is, and if I find it, I'm not going to say what it is because I hope we hit Philly right in their mouths with it. But I'm not expecting the same old Matt Eberflus 4-man front, get pressure with 4, not blitz a lot, drop back in zone coverage, keep everything in front of you. I'm not bought in on that. I'm not. So this is my dog Amp in the building, man. What's going on with you, Amp? Yes, Amp. Matt Eberflus is cooking up something, y'all. Matt Eberflus is cooking up something. He's cooking up something where I guarantee you, week 1, when we break down that defensive film, oh, well, that was different. That was different. He's cooking up something. Right? Y'all ever go up to the kitchen and you're like starving? And you go upstairs, don't want to DoorDash or drive anywhere, but all of a sudden you pull up to open the cabinets and you're like, oh, I got sugar, I got this, I got peanut butter, I got jelly, I got bread, I got this, I got that, I got all these ingredients in here. I'm about to cook. I feel like Matt Eberflus coming from Chicago where he got fired. Things kind of went He's coming over to Dallas, open up those cabinets. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I got Fowler. I got Micah. We just drafted Donovan Ezekaraku, who's one of the best defensive ends in college football. I got Sam Williams. Let me see what I can cook up, right? Let me see what I could cook. Let me see what I could cook up right now. Cause I ain't had this in Chicago. You know what I mean? I ain't have this type of ingredients in Chicago. I got all sorts of ingredients in Chicago or in Dallas that I didn't have in Chicago, right? And with the lack of confidence I have, I'm sure you guys have as well in our cornerbacks right now, you're going to have to get crazy up front, bro. You're going to have to get crazy up front. Because them corners back there, I'm not sure how long you can give them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how long you can give them. You know what I'm saying? Coach Marv, my dog, what's going on with you, bro? What's up, my brother? I stand with you, man. Coach Marv, I stand with you, my dog. Appreciate you, my dog. Yeah. So I feel like Matt Eberflus is going to cook up something where we watch week 1 and be like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not just rush with 4, shoot up field, 1 gap, drop back, rock your safeties, and just keep everything in front. It's going to be some new shit, right? Because y'all remember how Dan Quinn, when Dan Quinn first came, we all thought cover 3, right? Dan Quinn plays cover 3 in Seattle. Dan Quinn plays cover 3 in Atlanta. Dan Quinn's going to play a lot of cover 3 in Dallas. And then Dan Quinn got here, saw the ingredients he had, and he started playing man. Right? I think that's what's going to happen with Matt Eberflus. I think he's gotten in here, he's seen the ingredients, and now he's going to cook up something that's not as stale and vanilla and accustomed to what he usually does. I think he's going to look at this team, this roster where it's built with Osa, anchoring all, and he's going to get creative. I hope, right? But Sam Williams playing outside linebacker today, standing up, dropping the coverage, that's something that's kind of new to me. And it feels very 3-4-ish, 4-3-ish, or even a 5-man front. You know, you could possibly be some eagle fronts and different things like that. So we'll have to see how that all unfolds. Cornerback position. I was saying this on Twitter before we pivoted over to some of the film of the clips. It's hard to judge these wide receivers, y'all, right now. Because who are they going against? Trayvon's out. We got Duran out there. You got Kyer Elam, right? Carson's out. You got Butler, I think he was out, right? So I wanted to see what these wide receivers look like versus live action bullets, which we'll start to get tomorrow. And yeah, but I think our wide receiver core, I think that's our strongest point. We can all agree on that. Corners, I'm still a little iffy. Now, Gilmore did put a cryptic tweet of a trench coat. Not sure what the hell that meant, but we'll see how that all unfolds. Our new corner who we just brought in the other day, he's already hurt. Got hurt today. So I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what's really going on with all of our corners is getting hurt, right? But we need to fix it, right? We can't have corners popping in and out with injuries all year because we're really not that deep at that position. What is wrong with Carson? Is it knee this time? It was back last year and then knee this year. So Matt Eberflus going to do what Spags couldn't do? I don't know. We'll see. You know, I don't think we have a Trent McDuffie out there, or we damn sure don't have a Chris Jones, but we'll see. But it's definitely going to look different. What's wrong with Kalen Carson? Like I said, it's probably a knee. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some film clips here. Oh, and bro, I forgot about Marshawn Kneeland too. Crazy, right? Forgot about Marshawn Kneeland too. Right? So we have some dogs, right? We have some dogs. That was Butler, I think, Sweets. You talking about Butler last year? You know what I'm saying? Talking about Butler. All right. So let me get over to some of the film clips. Comment, like, subscribe. So appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Like I said, y'all, we back to football moving forward. For all the new viewers, welcome. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. CFO gang. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. And we're gonna go through some of these clips just randomly. Salute to all the reporters out there. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, so let's get to this one. Let's see if I can get. That's too. Let me go to John Machota. Let's see here. We got Keemon Hall out there playing corner. Let me see. We go to John because John gives me the angles. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to see. We want to see if we can find something from John. Let's see here. All right. Let's get it. All right, let's turn this sound off. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Subscribe to the channel, like the content. Like I said, welcome to all the new subscribers. It's football moving forward. Grab your seatbelts because we're gearing up. And once we get to tomorrow, when we break down the scrimmage and break down the film, it's all up moving in. All right, so this play right here. All right. So let's see what we can tell. We have this. Is this Bell? I get confused with all the number switches, right? I think this is Maris, maybe. All right. So block up front. We have a little stunt here. 13 is Fowler, right? So he's trying to stunt inside. Good pickup here by Cooper Beebe. Good awareness, right? So y'all watching this? Let me make my little camera thing smaller. Hold up. Makes it a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. All right. Okay. Bell is 14. Maris is 35. Fowler is 13. All right. We got it. All right. Cool. So Bell, Marist, Fowler. All right. Cooper Beebe takes on that Osa. Boom. Good job there. Right. What else is coming your way? Eyes up. Here comes Fowler looping around. Get off of it. Boom. Good shit by Cooper Beebe. Dak launches that bitch to CeeDee Lamb, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get ready for that. So all you Eagles fans that are in the chat right now, get ready for this a lot. A lot. Right? Who is that on? Israel. I'll say this about Izzy. I like Izzy. Izzy had a rough day today. I think Izzy had a rough day today. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of clips. I'm like, that's Izzy on Izzy. Stacking. Right. Bull Raw, good rep. Good rep. Boom. Love the blocking up front. Big Terrence. Boom. I can't see what's going on the left side. It looks like there's a good anchor on the left side here. All right. But boom. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see what else we got. All right. Cavante Turpin. Let's see what happens with Turpin. All right, so we get here. All right. So we got Donovan, the hooker, Sanborn, right? That Mozzie before he went down. Let's watch Mozzie get off the ball right here. Check his slow-mo this. Ball's up. That is a simple sweep with Turpin. Yeah. I feel like they're going to use Turpin in so many. So this got Turpin in the backfield, right? So is this Turpin? Yes, they got Turpin lined up in the backfield as a true tail, right? Trying to see. Yeah, you got Turpin lined up just in the backfield. So they faked the jet. Can't tell who's coming across, right? So you got the jet right here. So you fake the jet, pull it, toss the Turpin. Okay. So, we can I think they're gonna use Turpin in so many different ways, y'all. I think that's why it should get exciting. CFO, tell the fans that D-line needs to go down the line instead of shooting gaps, opening up run games. Well, good question. Where was that question at? You would think, you know what I'm saying, but what Eberflus is saying that he wants the guys to get upfield. So, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell players to go against what's being coached. But, because what you're seeing is, and this is what we have to figure out, right? Because if Mozzie is being taught to get upfield and shoot gaps, this first step should be vertical, right? That first step should be vertical this way, right? If he's being taught to shoot gaps, right? But he's taking a mirror step horizontal. You see what I'm saying? So from what Eberflus is saying that he wants the defense to shoot gaps, get upfield, right? But on this play, he should be here, right? Versus, you guys can see my mouse, right? Here, right? He should be upfield versus horizontal, right? So we'll have to sit back and see how it all unfolds. But even with that, Mozzie still got his face crossed. You see what I'm saying? So, and who is this? This is left side, right? So this is Tyler Booker, right? You have Tyler Booker, I believe, right here. Mozzie, come out your stance. There is no reason why Tyler Booker should be able to cross your face and get over here. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because all you have to do is, you have it right here, Mozzie. But he still lets Tyler Booker get his face, I believe that's Tyler Booker, get his face across. Now, it's a pitch to Turpin. Mozzie's sealed right here, right? You see what I'm saying? So that's Booker, right? So yeah, so Mozzie is sealed right here. In reality, if you would have exploded here, even if you take a horizontal step, right? Anchored in, keep this arm free. I'm not saying you could have made a play, but you wouldn't have got walled off right here and allowed the toss to Turpin. See what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to harp on Mozzie. So I'm like, that's just one of the things you got to work on, right? Boom, right here. You should be upfield, left shoulder in a Tyler Booker. And if Tyler Booker washes you out, all right, cool, right? The toss is going that way, but you can't let Tyler Booker cross your face, boom, and then turn around and wall you off. You see what I'm saying? So Who's that running? Is that Big Terrence? Big Terrence. All right. Go. So y'all get it? Yeah. This is what y'all get. You know what I'm saying? It's what y'all get when y'all get over here. A lot of people are probably like, oh man, I subscribed to Tuck yesterday because I thought he was gonna be funny. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tuck yesterday was gonna be funny. It's not funny. He's over here breaking down camp film. You know what I'm saying? Talking about shooting gaps. This is entertaining. Don't y'all, CFO gang, let me know. Don't y'all think this is entertaining enough? Learning about our team, watching film, understanding football. Ain't this entertaining? Like, why don't people like this stuff? Why do I gotta tell jokes and shit? You know what I'm saying? Wrong, why they want me to crack an egg, dog? You know what I'm saying? Ain't we having fun right now just going through film, understanding what the hell our team's about to do? You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah. But yeah, Mozzie, head across. Turn. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, that was a play for Turpin. Let's see here. Dak to Jonathan Mingo. What we got here? All right. And I am good doing this because at first I was like, should I be doing this? But Schottenheimer said, hey, we're not revealing anything that we're really doing right now. We're just playing football. You know what I'm saying? Rome, I'm cool. I'm cool, Rome. I'm cool. I promise I'm cool. We passed that, right? But yeah, I just think that not just with that, right? I just think that we have to make football the main thing, right? Even when it comes to Dallas Cowboys, but also when it comes to content, right? I get personality, entertainment, all that's cool, but this shit is fun to me. I might fuck around and do this all night. You know what I'm saying? Even when I get off the phone with you, you know what I'm saying? I might stay and do this all night where I'm breaking down clips. I know tomorrow's scrimmage, I'm probably going to be up to like 1 or 2 dissecting everything, right? This is fun. This is what football is all about. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm here, right? Let's see what we got. We got Deron Bland. Who is 20? Is that Elam? All right. Let's see what we got with Dak Sanborn. Fake toss, play action. Is that Mingo? Right. Not much there. I don't think there's any stunts. Just a fake toss. Who is that? I think this is that Miles Sanders maybe? Fake toss. Let's see what's up with Mozzie. Let's watch Mozzie again, right? Because Mozzie's in here. I got Mozzie right here lined up over Tyler Booker. This way, right? Got him again, right? Y'all see that? Get your helmet across. Get your helmet across. Get your helmet across. Get your helmet across, right? So I feel like this is where Mozzie needs to focus on, and this has been something from college, right? Fire off quicker. Fire off quicker, bro. Fire off quicker. Fire off quicker, right? If he can get this with his natural strength that he has, I think he'll be fine, right? It's just firing off the ball quicker, head across here, right? Because they're lined up, right? Smell each other's breath, right? Right? So he's lined up directly in the 2, I think, right? Or he might, he's probably a 2. I can't tell. He might be a 2-eye inside shade or whatever, right? But either way, quicker. And if you do get reached, you continue to fight to get that head across, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of those things, right, with Mozzie, right? Overall, catch Mingo, right? I feel like Mingo's having a very quality. I mean, yeah, to some sense, right? And but these are technical things, right? These are technical things that I feel like Mozzie just needs to focus on, y'all. You know, because when it comes down to it, right? In college, he was just one of the biggest kids on the block, right? He was just one of the biggest kids on the block. So he could play with high pad level. He could play not getting his face across, right? He could play like that because he was just stronger than a lot of people, right? Tyler Booker, a grown-ass man, too. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Booker, a grown-ass man, too. So you're not going to be able to out-strengthen Tyler Booker. So you're going to have to beat him in other ways, whether that's with your feet, with your pad level, with your hands, right? You're going to have to find other ways. You see what I'm saying? Because just out-strengthening people is not going to work. If he hasn't gotten it yet, will he? I don't know. I mean, what did Kodak Black say on Breakfast Club? I hope so. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope so, you know. But if not, we have to find other options. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Tony? What's going on with you, dog? Let's see here. What else we got? I was saying, salute to Tuck, the legend in our space. What's up? What's going on with you, dog? Yeah, so I feel like, so this is the thing, right? Because right now, Montana, he's in the 2I, or 2, right? He's pretty much playing 2, right? So he's not, I think he's 2. I would probably say he's 2. I think he's breath to breath, right? So even if he's taking on 2 blockers, which is cool, somebody needs to be flowing and protecting the boot. I can't tell who's on the other edge, right? But I can't tell who's on the other edge, right? But even if he's flowing and he's taking on 2 of Terrence and Tyler, right? Somebody needs to be backside, because if Dak pulls this, he could have booted because everything's been walled in this way, right? So yeah. So yeah. Boom. All right. What else we got? Let's see what else we got. All right. Cool. I'm going to go through a few more. Jalen Brooks, y'all don't want to see that. Let's see here. Devontae Turpin. See what Maris did. See what Maris did. All right. We watching this together as a family. All right. Devontae Turpin. Or no, this is Maris Leah foul. Punch the ball out. Pink. 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 Now, let me do a solo screen. Do a solo screen for this. A lot of people watched that clip. They saw Maris Leah foul, punch the ball up, and they say, oh, yeah, good play for Maris, right? Let me see if my community is one of the dopest communities on the planet. Somebody tell me what else y'all saw in this clip. I'm going to see. I'm going to see how dope y'all are, all right? Don't let me down because there's new people watching, right? We can't be claiming we one of the dopest, right? Tell me what y'all seen in this clip. Let me see. I'm playing it. I'm playing it. I'm gonna see how smart y'all are. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. See if I can smart. I think we are starting to get it. Sack, 58 gas. Y'all getting close. Y'all getting close. Y'all seeing it. Y'all seeing it. Y'all seeing it. Y'all seeing it. You got a few things. Dog, watch Tyler Booker handle Mozzie. Can't see it there. Bam. Right? Set. Bam. Plant. Plant. Walled. Walled him. Walled him. Walled him. Now he got that initial push. Mozzie burst off because he's a damn bull in a china shop, right? Bam. Walled. Hands inside. Clean pocket. Right? Hell of a rep. Right? Also, what I want you guys to pay attention, right? We just saw Mozzie a few plays come off the ball. Watch number 97. Do me a favor and watch number 97. That's coming off the ball, right? That is firing off the ball with intent, right? This is shot out of a cannon. Osa, right? That's it. That's the zip. Bam, right? I can't tell who's the other blocker. Is that who is this? This might be Brock Hoffman, maybe. I can't tell, right? But look how Osa fires off the ball. Right? In 67, is that Brock? Who's 67? Who's 67, y'all? But this is how you want your defensive tackles to fire off the ball on a consistent basis. This is shot out of a cannon, right? This is shot out of a cannon. This is shot out of a cannon, right? And the thing that I love, yeah, that's Brock, right? So the thing that I love about Brock on this play, right? This is why film is important. This is why people say, Tuck, I hate when you slow it down because we're going through the details. Watch, boom, Osa shot off a cannon, right? But what is Brock doing? His eyes are peeking to see, is there any other threats that I need to get off of just in case there's a stunt? Eyes peeking. Is there anybody else coming? Is there anybody shooting in this gap? I think that's Nealon maybe. Is he taking an inside pass rush that I need to get off of Osa and move over? Right? Eyes. Eyes. Where's my dog Lou at? See, Lou, you missing all the fun, bro. We're doing some trenches stuff right now, right? Look at those eyes. From Brock. Bam. Bam. Okay. BB got it. He's cool. All right. What else is next? Where's my next threat? Right? Where's my next threat? Is Nealon come on the inside? Nope. I think this might be Nate over here on the left. He got it, so he's cool. Is there any threat coming here? Don't see any. So we're good, right? Now I can't tell what happened on the other side. I can't see what happened with Terrence over here. I can't see what happened. Right. But overall, great rep from Tyler Booker. Great rep from Cooper Beebe. Great rep from Brock Hoffman. And I think this is Awesome Richard, 71. Right? Great offensive line rep right here. Especially when you have Osa firing off like he shot out of a damn cannon. Bam. Good rep. Walled here. Right? Let's look at Dak, right? For people say, oh, let's see a Dak. Let's watch. For Dak, when you guys watch Dak, I'm gonna give you guys a clue. Watch the feet, right? Because sometimes Dak gets a little choppy with his feet. Let's watch it. Let's see if it's clean. Boom, boom. Boom. Hitch. Hitch. All right. You know. All right. But overall, good protection on this rep from our offensive line. I really can't tell what happened on the other side, right? Because maybe it could have been a sack. But overall, with these guys right here, Booker A, BB A, Hoffman A, Awesome Richards A, right? Great on that play. Great on that play. And then you have Maris with the punch out. Or CeeDee Lamb, maybe, right? Is that Nate Thomas? Okay, Nate Thomas, 71. All right, cool. All right, let's get to a few more of these. All right, here's y'all guy. Let's watch Trayshawn Holden. What happens on this play? All right, Trayshawn Holden. Play action. Can't even see much. All right. Play action. Little zone blocking. Can't tell where Holden came from. Oh, this is Holden right here, right? He's 7, right? So is he running a deep crosser? Yeah. So you ran the crosser. All right. And is this Hunter Lukey right there? Hunter Lukey. Let's see what's going on the offensive line. A lot going on. I hate this angle. All right. Hey, Sadiq, what's going on with you, sis? What's going on with you, sis? We're just going through some quick little film. Let's see here. What else we got? This is from other days. Hold on. Let me find. Oh, I know the play I want to find for y'all. I know it's going to get y'all excited. I know what CFO gang wants to hear. I know what y'all want to see. All right. I know what y'all want to see. I know exactly what y'all want to see. It's right here. Tony Dorsett. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jadon Blue. Jadon Blue. Little read option here. Bounce to the outside. What I like from Jadon Blue on this play right here is this slight dip right here in the hole, right? Get low pad level, right? Low pad level. Now, maybe in a real game, 18 would have made a play on it, right? But low pad level, not running high. And here's the most important thing for Jadon Blue. Chat, tell me. Chat, tell me. What's the most important thing right here for Jadon Blue? CFO gang, y'all smart. CFO gang, y'all smart. What's the most important thing we need to see from Jadon Blue right here? The speed gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna hurt a lot of people, bro. Let's see. Let's see if y'all know. What's the most important thing we should be seeing from Jadon Blue right here? Blink got it. Blink got it. Smart. My community's smart, y'all. we got some dogs over here. We got dogs over here. I don't know about other places, but we got dogs over here. Right? Right? Protect the ball. Security and burst. So to my dog East Coast. What's going on with you, bro? Right? Protecting the ball right here to the hole. Right? Boom. Both hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Both hands on it. Right? Don't be cute. Both hands on that ball while you are going through traffic. Right there. Security. Security. Right? See, he did it again, right? See, he did it again, right? Boom. Both hands. Cover that shit up, right? Now we out in open space. Hold on. Tackler. All right. Cover that shit up. Right? Cover that shit up. Right? Hey, I sense a threat. I'm not sure if I'm out in the open field. I sense a threat. Cover that shit up. Right? So it's good to know that is a massive. Let me get rid of this on my screen. I say, that is a massive plus for me when it comes to Jadon Blue because he understands what his weakness was in college. Obviously, the message is being taught clearly here in Dallas that, boom, cover the ball. All right. Boom, cover the ball. Boom, cover the ball. Right? Love that from Jadon. You got the message, right? You got the message. You know what your weakness is. Now let's work on it and make it so it's a constant reminder, right? You know, when I was coming up in football, we used to watch the movie called The Program, one of my favorite football movies, right? You ever watched The Program, right? And y'all remember he used to carry a football around on campus and people try to knock it out. You know what I'm saying? And I used to do that. We used to do that in high school, right? Our running back, salute to BL, he would carry a football around in high school, and we try to punch it out no matter where he was at. You better hold that shit high and tight. You know what I'm saying? And if we showed up to practice with that football, we all had to run, which was stupid because they're like, Coach, if BL is walking around high school in classes with the football and me, I knock the ball out and I bring it to you, why do I have to run too? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to run for doing what I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I knocked the ball out. I recovered it. I bring it to practice. I got the ball out, but I got to run. So sometimes I would knock the ball out, but I would give it back to BL because I wasn't trying to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, shit, we're going to keep that between us. You know what I'm saying? So good play from Jadon Blue. Boom, protection. Boom, protection. Sense it, protection. Love that. Love that from Jadon. Let's look at like two more plays. Let's see here. Where I know my dog, let me get over to Joseph Hoyt. I know Joseph Hoyt has some plays. Hold up. Appreciate y'all watching right now, rocking with me. We just having fun as we gear up for scrimmage tomorrow versus the LA Rams, which will be fun. Let's see here. Where is it? I know there was another play I saw from Jadon Blue that I really wanted to show y'all. I'm just gonna do this one for my dog Rome. It's my dog Rome. It's for my dog Rome out there. Hey, stop hating on Tober, y'all. Stop hating on my dog Tober. Stop hating on Tober, Rome. You know what I'm saying? Look at my dog. He getting his jersey pulled, tugged all behind the back. Mike is over here in a sweatsuit, disgruntled because he ain't getting his money. Tober still comes down with the dog. Rome, stop hating. Stop hating. Look at my dog get his jersey pulled all the way down the field. This is ridiculous. Who's 32? Right? Hey, bro. Cloth. Holding all on my dude's jersey, tugging him, pulling it back, almost yanked him down to the ground. Whatever. Concentration catch. You know what I'm saying? Concentration catch in front of Micah. Look at Micah looking like, man, that's a cold ass. So I hate. Sorry, Tuck, I'm still not believing it. I'm going to make y'all Tobert believers. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make y'all Tobert believers one way or another. But that's not the clip I was looking for. All right. I wanted to show that to my dog, Rome. Let me see here. We got two more plays. I should have just went through and bookmarked all these when I saw them. I'll do that tomorrow. All right. Yeah, this one. All right. I think this is from No. I think he already slowed it down on his own. All right. Yeah, Micah does want to be out there so bad. He's freaking. So that was Troy Pryor, 32. Micah wants to be out there so bad. He's miserable. All right. This play, I think that No C slowed it down for us. All right. So you have Jadon Blue in the backfield. Here's what everyone's been asking for, right? And move this off the screen. Motion. Okay, boom, sidestep. Look at this wall. Look at this hole, right? Don't get too excited, but offensive line, right? If you can get through there, that's your hole. Can he get through it? Get to them cheeks. Pause if you want to. Squeeze to them cheeks. All right, boom. Right? Cover the ball up. Covering the ball up. Off to the races. Right? But that is one. Another good blocking from the offensive line. Right? And see, this Cowboys Nation right here, this clip, right? Because I know a lot of people think I'm against Jadon Blue. I'm not against Jadon Blue. Like, I think he has the scariest upside potential outside of Tyler Booker and Donovan of our draft picks, right? But this is why Cowboys fans should be a little bit excited about Jadon Blue. All right. We didn't have a running back last year that could have squeezed through this hole. You see what I'm saying? Rico would have got cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Zeke would have got cheeks. Deuce, maybe, right? But we didn't have a running back that could squeeze through a hole like this. Low center of gravity, right? Plant, vision, ball security, covered up, and cut, right? Now, of course, there's no tackling or anything like that, right? But you can still see the traits, right? You can still see the traits. Now, somebody, I think that was Damone Clark. Maybe Damone Clark does blow this up in the backfield, right? But Jadon Blue does have the ability to make people miss, right? But like I'm saying, you got somebody that gets squeezed through them cheeks. Because that's a tight space. You know what I'm saying? Tight space, right? And to get out in the open field. You know? So that is the benefit of why we drafted Jadon Blue. Because we now have a player that you don't have to block it up perfectly. You just have to give him a slight crease and he can make something happen, right? You see, look at Holden on the block. Let's see where's Holden, right here. And I like the effort. But let go. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little clothy, but let go. Right? I really want to see the offensive line, but it happens too fast. All right. But I like this motion. And here's the good thing about us. Feel another positive deal. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I like about us doing a lot of motion. We should be able to defensively be able to communicate versus this. You know what I'm saying? Because we're seeing it almost every snap. So it shouldn't be a situation when we run into a team that does a lot of motion and we're surprised or caught off guard. See, I'm surprised with Damone Clark. I can't, because it fires off too quick. Where's Damone? Where's he coming from? Oh, yes. So that's Damone Clark. Okay, here he is. That's Damone Clark right here. Shooting the gap and just coming down in that lane and making a play, right? So, yeah, good instincts. Good instincts for Damone. All right. And then one last play. All right. Let's see. Let me see. All right. I want to show you guys this before we dip out of here. And I can go finish up on Stranger Things. That's not it. All right. Here it is. All right. So here we go. Yeah, here we go. Got Sam Williams right here. Nealand. Who's 90? All right. So it looks like we have a 3-man front. Right? 1, 2, 3. Angry, yes. I'm loving it. DMV put me on Stranger Things and Aisha. I'm watching it. I'm on season 4 now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in season 4 now. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. All right. So, Cowboys Nation, here we go. Wish I could see the others, right? Okay. So, Solomon Thomas is 90. And then can't tell who the other number is. It might be Perion Winfrey, right? So you have Nealon walking. Solomon Thomas in a 1. And I can't tell who that is on the other side. And you have Sam Williams right here standing up. Got Sam Williams right here standing up. Right? And look him turn, run, drop back. A quick out route to CeeDee Lamb. Right? So I wish I could see what was really going on with these others, like who else was in over here. But, so 99, that's Winfrey. Yeah, Perion. Bro, look at Perion Winfrey. Like, look at those. Yeah, so you got Nealon. You have Nealon. He'll come down. Where does he end up putting himself? So he goes into the 3. So you have a 1, 3. It's probably 5 over here. Can't tell. But look at that from Perion Winfrey's built like a football player. You know what I'm saying? Built like a football player, y'all. So yeah, Nealon, Solomon Thomas, calf's crazy, calf game crazy, tricep game crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you have Sam Williams here. And then there's somebody else. Okay, so never mind, right? I think there is an end on the other side. He's standing up, right? So this is a 4-man front. It is a 4-man front, but you have them standing up, right? But you don't have Sam Williams off the edge. I can't tell who that is. That might, it's it Turner over there. Right. So you have Sam playing linebacker. Right? You know, CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? CeeDee Lamb is doing what CeeDee Lamb does best. Let's see here. Let me give y'all one more, then we'll dip. Let's see. Give y'all one more, then we'll dip. And then let's see. Damn, I forgot. I was supposed to play. We're doing a commercial. I'm supposed to do a commercial today. I'll do that shit tomorrow. Where was the play? That's not it.
Beautiful. Yeah, looking forward to this.
For my guy Nick Harris. Last play here. We'll get up out of here. All right. Yeah, that was Turner over there. So it looks like it was Turner over there. So they had a 4-man front, but Sam was just playing linebacker. And so here, right? Oh, what do we got here? I think that's Sam right there, standing up. Over the guard. Aha! Cowboys Nation. See? The details, right? We got Sam Williams hovering over the guard, standing up, rushing. And so they rush what? Donovan, Sam, Who's on this other side? Is this Solomon over here? Maybe. But yeah, you got Sam standing up over the guard. Okay. Cool. Let's see what happened in this play. Dak rolls out the pocket. Here's George Pickens. All right. Yeah, so where's like I think Mozzie's out by now, right? But thus far, we've seen Sam Williams play linebacker. We've seen Sam Williams in a stand-up capacity over the guard. We've seen him play 5 technique. Let's watch what he does, right? Let's see what he does. You can kind of see it, right? Right? Didn't do much, got turned around, right? Got stonewall. Cooper Beebe and Brock Hoffman ain't going out like that, right? Yeah, it's starting to freeze. Now, I'm going to test you guys just a little bit. I'm gonna test you guys a little bit. Let me see, right, before we dip. You are a credentialed reporter for the Dallas Cowboys. You are sitting at the podium tomorrow, and you get to ask Brian Schottenheimer a question based off of the observations we just saw today. Let me know in the chat, what are the questions you're asking Brian Schottenheimer? Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to get y'all right. We watch 9 clips, right, from today's practice. So we're going to assume that you guys were there. You're now credentialed. Mm-hmm. Told you. My community's smart as shit. My community's smart, y'all. We're different over here. All you newcomers, we're a little different. Hey, Brian Schottenheimer, J Tuck from CFO Sports. How you doing, Coach? Yeah, so I noticed yesterday's practice, we saw Sam Williams playing some outside linebacker. He was standing up over the guards. He's moved around in different positions. So is that going to be more of your plan for this year, to move Sam around versus having him play traditional 5 technique? Right? And we let Brian do the talking. Simple. J Tuck, CFO Sports. How you doing, Coach? We noticed Sam playing multiple roles yesterday. Outside linebacker, standing up over the guard, playing 5 technique. Is that something we should look forward to this upcoming season, to see you guys using Sam Williams in a more versatile role? And then you just shut up and let the coach talk. That's all you gotta do. Based off of your observations. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Hoodie? What's going on, my dog? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do it. That's the sauce. You watch, right? Whenever you guys watch film, and when we start getting to our film studies and we start doing all that stuff here starting Sunday, the number one thing I always tell you guys to do is always stay inquisitive, right? Always stay inquisitive and ask yourself questions, right? Oh, well, hold on. Why is Sam standing up over the guard, right? Write it down. Hold on. Right. Hold on. Why is Cavante Turpin lined up in the backfield? Right? Write those down, right? Stay inquisitive, right? Stay inquisitive, and then go find out why. Go watch film. Like you got to, right? Jason Barnes says, I would also ask, is that the plan for Overshown in place of Sam? Right. Yeah. So that's all you do, right? That's all you do is you watch it. If something stands out, write it down and then frame it as a question, right? There's certain ways to frame questions, right? And I think that's something that kind of comes with time. You know, like it's just I at first, when I first started like real media, like in press rooms and all sorts, I didn't know how to frame questions. Salute to Darren Smith here in Kansas City. He's a good job of framing questions. So you always want to give something first and frame it before you ask it, right? So you would say, instead of saying like, we want to ask why is CeeDee Lamb in the slot, right? Instead of saying, hey, Coach Brian Schottenheimer, Jay Tuck from CFO Sports, CeeDee Lamb is playing in the slot a little bit more. Why is that? Or something like that, right? You want to say, hey, Coach, CeeDee Lamb is one of the most dynamic wide receivers. He can be used across the board and play multiple positions. Is there a particular reason why we're seeing him play in the slot a lot more versus on the boundary, right? So I framed it. I gave them a nugget, and then I asked the questions surrounding it, right? So if you guys ever get your opportunity to do interviews or whatever, try to find ways to frame the question and then ask it. You know what I'm saying? So a little media sauce there for you guys right there. But yo, appreciate you all for rocking with me. We've been going for like, how long have we been going? 2 hours? Hour? Right? 2 hours, so like that. Like I said, y'all, a dog King said I tried to call him last night, but it's a new day, you dig. Just know you got a goon for life, bro. Hey, bro, appreciate you, dog, man. Hey, like I said, what happened yesterday, we're past that. You know what I'm saying? We're past that. You ain't gonna hear not another word about it unless someone says they got 5K, let's do it, right? If I don't hear that, everything falls on mute ears. Pretty cool. How much thought is put into media questions? Great question, bro. Me personally, anytime I'm in the media room, like if I'm at the podium with somebody, I have 5 questions, right? I always have 5 questions, right? Because what I've learned, you'll have a question that you really want to ask Brian Schottenheimer, and by the time you're called on, somebody then picked it off and asked it. You see what I'm saying? So I always have like 5 questions prepared to ask. You know what I'm saying? So when I was at the Super Bowl and I asked Jalen Hurts about, I think he asked him about Kellen Moore, right? That was like my 3rd question I had in the clip. But what happens is the media PR will say, so-and-so for New York Times, and so-and-so from this, and so-and-so from that, and so-and-so. So I'm sitting there, and 2 of my questions are getting plucked. I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you right there, they toss me the mic. I can't think, Jalen Hurts, like, no, you gotta be ready, right? So I knew, okay, Tuck, you had 5 questions. 2 of those just got sniped. Here's your 3rd one. Ask about Kellen Moore and how he's impacted you as far as the offense is concerned. You know what I'm saying? So I personally always go into the press conferences when I get those opportunities with 5 questions because I get sniped, right? Then when you are at the live like interviews, like when people are kind of standing around, you have to be, and it's the craziest thing, you have to be ruthless, y'all. Because I thought my very first time I did the draft, right? It's like, okay, you'll huddle up around the players, you'll get to ask a question, and it's just kind of like, whatever, right? Bro, people will elbow you. I had a bag in front of it was for Kyle Hamilton, right? Because that was the Kyle Hamilton draft in Vegas. I had my bag right there in front of Kyle Hamilton's podium. Some guy just took my backpack and tossed it to the side. And I was like, hey, bro, that's my backpack. He's like, oh, yeah, we're here with CBS, and we need this for the shot for Kyle Hamilton because we're with CBS out of Baltimore. Okay, cool. I appreciate that, bro. Hey, give me my backpack back and put it back. But do you mind if you stand in front of the podium, we're going to get a headshot of your back of your head? Hey, yeah, I get all that. So here's what we're going to do. When Kyle Hamilton comes to the podium, I'm going to ask my questions. And then when I'm done asking Kyle Hamilton my questions, I will move, and then you will get your clean shot. Can you put my backpack back, though? You know what I'm saying? Like my dog, like sometimes, like with the Tyler Booker stuff, like I was sitting at a draft, like, because Tyler Booker was drafted late, as we all know. And he was so late getting into the draft room. So I had my stuff sitting in my chair, right? I had my stuff sitting in my chair. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go get something to drink because it's taking forever, right? And everybody knew, because I had my Dallas Cowboys stuff on, I was the Dallas Cowboys guy. So I was there late. It was like midnight to interview Tyler Booker. I come back. Somebody moved my tripod. Somebody moved my bag. Somebody moved my papers out the seat. So in media, you got to be kind of an asshole to get the interviews you want, because nobody will show you any sympathy. They won't. They won't. They'll toss your backpack. They'll move your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's so my second year, when I did the Super Bowl, I was like, oh, no. I ain't doing no favors. Hey, get up off me, elbow room, all of that, bro, because you're not going to bully me out my space to get these interviews. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes with it. But I always say, walk into the press room at least with 3 to 5 questions just in case, because you'll get sniped, right? And so that's why I like to do research. You guys know I don't cover the Eagles like that, you know what I'm saying? But before I went to the Super Bowl, I knew a lot about the players, you know what I'm saying? That if I'm interviewing Devontae Smith and I got sniped, I just had 5 questions for Smitty, 5 for A.J. Brown, 5 for Johnny Wilson, 5 for Hurts, 5 for Kellen Moore. I had all these different questions because you had a research experience. So that's just a little media nugget. Go up there with 3 and 5 in the clip, and you guys will be all right. But once again, like I said earlier, put in the work, and everything else will take care of itself, man. So I appreciate you guys. Want everyone to stay safe. Oh, no, hold on, wait. Want everyone to subscribe to the channel first. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bells so you do not miss out. Like the content, share the content. Also, like I said, on Roundtable Sports, Monday and Thursdays, I'll be doing the college football show at 5 p.m. Central. Tuesdays, tomorrow, we'll be doing the NFC East Roundtable show. And I have something else on, Wednesday, I do the radio locally here in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? My schedule's all over the place, right? But of course, we'll always go live. We'll also post videos, post content on here. You can keep y'all informed with everything's going on with the Dallas Cowboys, man. So I appreciate you guys. Tuck 5K on the way to 100K. Like I said, man, I ain't saying nothing about nothing or nothing about no one unless I see 5K. I mean, it's really simple. If you got 30,000 subscribers, all you got to do is get 5,000 of those people to donate you $1. You know what I'm saying? But hey, different strokes for different folks, right? I ain't saying nothing about Nathan no more unless I see 5K. Let's bet it. And that's just where I am, man. So I appreciate y'all. Want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And tomorrow we have live action football versus the Rams. And we're definitely going to break down that scrimmage and get y'all prepared, man. Football is finally here, man. So I want everyone to have a good one. Peace.